All right, continuing on with the daily fantasy football sleeper bust videos that are going to be posted every day from now until the start of the season. This is the Fantasy Sports Boss, Mike Kineski. Yesterday started off with Chase Edmonds in terms of the sleepers, and going to stay in the running back position today and talk about James Conner, the Arizona Cardinals, who I think is a very good sleeper for the 2022 fantasy football season. Number of reasons why I really like Conner. Let's start with the ADP. Right now in PPR formats, just before I came on here, I checked. Conner right now is at number 33 overall. All right, so that means you're going to get him towards the end of round 3, which I think is tremendous value for a guy who looks to be the bell cow back for what could be a very explosive Arizona offense that's going to give him plenty of opportunities to score touchdowns. Now, score touchdowns Conner did at a very high rate, 18 to be exact a year ago, as he began with a split timeshare with Chase Edmonds and then eventually took over all of the scoring categories or opportunities, I should say, around the goal line. And Conner really hit pay dirt and really paid off as a major in-season pickup if he was released by anybody, or as a late-round draft pick, because Conner really, prior to last season, wasn't a highly sought-after commodity. But the numbers were very good. The 18 touchdowns, 752 receiving yards, 37 receptions out of the backfield at 10.1 per pop. No matter how you sliced it, at the age of 27, Conner had a tremendous season. And as far as this season is concerned, the Cardinals went in back to the well with Conner. They let Chase Edmonds leave and depart to the Miami Dolphins as a free agent. Conner got a new 3-year, $21 million deal. That's not chump change, obviously, so Conner is going to be the featured guy. And, if you look at the rest of the Cardinal runners, Kennedy Brooks, the rookie, he's shown flashes, so far this summer in a mini camp and whatnot, but he's not a major threat to Conner. Darrell Williams had a decent role as a backup with the Chiefs, but again, this is Conner's show, and he's going to get the majority of carries. And believe it or not, I think he's going to see a nice uptick in receptions as well. Now, as far as the touchdowns are concerned, 18 touchdowns is a lot to ask in terms of replicating that number. But even if Conner dials back on that a little bit to maybe the 12 to 14 range, that's still a tremendous number. And one thing about Cliff Kingsbury is he doesn't hesitate to give the ball to his running backs near the goal line. That's why Conner had so many touchdowns last year, because Kingsbury trusted him around the goal line. Conner picked up those tough yardage, and he was able to collect all those touchdowns, and I think he's going to go back to the well there. He did that with Kenyon Drake when Drake was a Cardinal, and he had all those touchdowns, and I think Conner's going to replicate that again this year. And now, a lot of people are getting hung up on the 3.7 per carry of Conner last season. Yes, not a great number. Anything, below 4.2 is a little shaky, but Conner was used so much around the goal line and short yardage situations that number gets skewed a little bit. All right. He was 4.3 the year before in Pittsburgh. He's got some juice to his legs. I think Conner can improve that number, and that he's going to be getting more carries between the 20s. So looking at that, I think we're going to see an improvement in the yards per carry as well. The rushing yardage should go up to the 752 now that he has more opportunities. We talked about the touchdowns dialing back a bit, but the 37 catches, I think Conner can make a run at 50. Even if he sells at 45, that is a PPR-worthy high-end running back too. So I think even on that, and the thing is too with Conner, he was a good receiver, has been a good receiver, even going back to his days with Pittsburgh in college. He's always been able to catch the ball out of the backfield. He's underrated on that side of things. And we're going to see more of that this season. Now, the one caveat with Conner is he has missed a lot of time with injuries, even going back to college. Not only did he, have issues with cancer, and luckily he was able to overcome that, but there's been a myriad of other issues to his knees and his calf and his hamstring along the way as well, and that has to be factored in. But here's the thing, too. There are running backs like Aaron Jones, like DeAndre Swift, like Saquon Barkley, and my goodness, like Christian McCaffrey, who every year miss games, and even Leonard Fournette, who every year miss games, but have a much higher draft cost this season. So Conner being knocked for missing games with injury, it's almost a little unfair compared to those guys that I just mentioned who are going even earlier in drafts. That's a bigger bust potential with those guys than it is for Conner. If Conner misses games as a third-round pick, it's not going to hurt as much as Christian McCaffrey as a first-rounder or Aaron Jones and DeAndre Swift as an early second-rounder. So I think Conner, on that aspect, it's a little bit overblown. Yes, he's going to miss games. I'm not, you could back him up if you want with Williams or maybe just get a better depth piece somewhere else. In PPR formats, you can go with a J.D. McKissick or somebody that can catch passes out of the backfield. But I think overall, Connor is a tremendous value at number 33 overall in PPR formats. I think he's going to be solid across the board when he is on the field. There's going to be plenty of opportunities to score. The 752 yards will improve, and the 37 receptions should improve as well, along with the 375 receiving yards, and the touchdown should be somewhere in the 10 to 15 range. So add it all together, Connor is a tremendous running back too in all formats, especially PPR, and I think you should definitely take advantage of the generous draft price and get in on him again this season. All right, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and if you can, do me a favor, hit the like button. That really helps me out. This is a new YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos daily, and then during the season doing live shows on Friday where I can take your questions and also have guests on as well in the industry to ask about some fantasy football related items. So until next time, everybody have a great day. We'll talk soon.